Hi, everybody. It's Steve Tarter, another edition of Tartar Sauce here at the palatial Peoria Journal-Star newspaper office in Peoria, Illinois. And with me today, three guests. We're very happy to have Jonathon Romain, his wife Nikki, and Jonathon II, son of both. There's something going on, some kind of contest we need to tell people about.
There is.
And then we'll tell you about what you guys are doing at the old Greeley School. Why don't you explain, if you want to, as far as, Nikki, we saw you at the Peoria City Council meeting on Tuesday. You're telling everyone to get out and vote.
Yes, get out and vote. So out of thousands of applicants, we submitted for the State Farm Neighborhood Assist Grant, and we found out that we are one of the top 200 finalists. So what happens now is that State Farm selected their top 200, and now we need the U.S., anyone 18 years or older, to vote to get us to the top 40, which will help us win a $25,000 grant.
And for those who don't know, what are we voting on? Are the development of an arts center?
Yes. So what you're voting on is, so we have bought Greeley School, and we're going to turn it into a community arts center right here in Peoria, Illinois. And that's what you're voting for. So for us to get this building up and running, we plan to open in summer of 2019. Okay.
So work is underway now.
Yes.
Jonathon, you've been traveling, as you always are, around the country.
Right.
When you go to places, what are you doing with your art? Is it meeting and greeting?
Sell.
So it's more than just putting paint on canvas. It's developing relationships.
It is. You know, we in the last 2 weeks, I've been to New Orleans and Orlando, and in between, we've been doing things for the school. So I mean, it's been like nonstop, and moving into Greeley, taking things over there so we can start working on the repairs that we have to do. So it's been like constantly grinding. But as far as what I do when I go to these shows, mostly is I set up an exhibit and sell to the attendees of these exhibits. Usually they are professional organizations like the Medical Association or the Bar Association, people that have a nice disposable income and can afford the things that we do.
And you know how to do this. You've done this now for a number of years.
Man, I've been at this over 20 years.
20 years. So
yeah.
This is the way it works. And Nikki, you have a role to play in this business manager of this. This is going to be a very ambitious undertaking, because I mean, I know in the city council first, and Jonathon, you were there to let them know. The people are all for it, but they say, "Boy, you know what you're getting into here.
Right.
You know how much." And I think, Jonathon, you've explained how much it will cost to heat that building, or at least part of it. So, what's your plan?
So, in all of this, we started a nonprofit, and the nonprofit is called Artists Re-Envisioning Tomorrow, also known as Art Inc., and our mission is to inspire and empower the community. I will be the executive director of Art Inc. What that means is I'll be doing everything. And we also have a very great board that's active. Jonathon II will be helping out. He's been very instrumental in all of this, and we're happy to have him on board. But yeah, I'll be helping to run the day-to-day operations. And the $25,000 grant is so significant because we have to contend with a lot of capital expenditures, like the boiler, getting the building up to par, getting it up to code, making it ADA accessible. And right now, that is coming out of our pockets and the people that have donated to the crowd fund. So this $25,000 grant, it will really, really help us.
And Jonathon, you were telling us just earlier, and we'll tell people how to vote here, and we'll have this in the paper, of course. You're up against some big hitters.
Oh yeah, we're up against some school districts in different parts of the country. A friend of mine was telling me that Alonzo Mourning, the NBA basketball star, his wife is one of the recipients. So yeah, these are some heavy hitters. It's like we're the David of the Goliath, and we got to really go out here and give it everything we have. And without the support of our community, without the support of our family and friends, it's absolutely no way we've gotten this far. And then even when you look at the school and you talk about how big of an undertaking it is and how ambitious of an objective we've gone after, we wouldn't have been able to do that by ourselves. We're just the people that's out front, but man, we got an army of people behind us that's helping us with their thoughts, their encouragement, their support, their ideas. I mean, because there's absolutely no way that two people could actually go up against a Monmouth idea like this and think that we can do it by ourselves.
And and let's tell them now, it's bit.ly/vote, number 4, and then Peoria, all lowercase. You put that in, and boom, what comes up is State Farm Neighborhood Assist and your
information about the
your
project.
Information, your program, and then you I think you register, put your name and an email in.
So you have to do a username and password, but you just do that once, and then after that, you just log in every day and vote.
Right.
And
I voted today. It's very easy.
Yay.
It really is easy.
And you can vote up to 10 times, and you can vote all your 10 votes all at once.
Oh, you
so
can.
hit that button, vote 10 votes now, and you bam, and you're done for the day.
Oh, okay.
Right. So yeah, it's real simple. It's 1, 2, 3. It's so easy a caveman can do it.
Right. And the important thing,
Wait a minute, State Farm's behind that. They don't want to hear you say that. That was another company. All right.
My fault. Who did that?
I have no idea.
We won't say it.
What's really cool about it is that, like Jonathan said, we're up against these big people, and that State Farm, submitting our grant, they believed in this vision.
Yeah.
And now to just have the community and, like you said, all of our friends and family believe in this vision as well and get us to this top 40. I mean, that's what we need.
And one of the great things that I'm really excited to have in our corner is that I have a great relationship with a lot of State Farm agents.
That's how we found out about
That's
grant.
how we found out about it. And I do a show every year with the ATS. That's the Agent Training Seminar. It's a group of African American State Farm agents, and they convene in a different part of the country every year. And for the past 12 years, they have commissioned me to do a commemorative piece for the city that they're in.
Oh, neat.
So, and over these 12 years, I've had an opportunity to meet the vice president of State Farm, and he incidentally texted me this morning and said he voted for me. So I mean, we have
all about personal relationships.
It really is. We have some great people that's cheering for us in the background, but what we don't have is the financial resources that a lot of these other organizations have.
Let me ask Jonathan II. You're kind of watching all this happen. Is this happening fast to you? Well, this business with Greeley School converting, or how do you look at it?
Well, I was with him when he went and talked to the school district about it at first. So.
You saw it from the beginning.
Yeah, well, not the very, very beginning, but I was like in there during the early stages. But seeing it now, like now that we actually officially own it, is really fast.
Oh yeah.
Like moving everything in, or like I was thinking like months down, you know what I mean? But like
later, it's gonna be later.
But I woke up one morning and Bergner's was closing.
Oh yeah.
So we went to Bergner's and he got an insane amount of the fixtures.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, it was like every morning.
Bergner's lives in Greeley School.
Yeah. Yes, it does live in Greeley School.
But we had a lot of the tables and everything in the shop. So when we officially got it, shortly after that, we started moving everything in there, and I was just like, I wasn't prepared for that to happen so suddenly. So yeah, it's actually moving really fast to me.
Oh yeah. Well, the other thing it's I think a part of this, and obviously you can only do so much, as you said. You need that whole team, the whole neighborhood, the whole city area can come around this. But that near North Side, North Valley, whatever you want to call that area, which once had some of the wealthiest people living in this part of town, very close to downtown, and people drive through it all the time now, and it's obviously had crime and some other issues. But this could help bring that area back. I mean, it's already going. You've got Habitat for Humanity. Other entities are working on this thing.
I think once we get this building up and we do the cosmetic fixtures that we want to do, ultimately, it's going to be something that you really enjoy looking at coming by. It's going to be a place where there's going to be a lot of energy and excitement. And, traditionally speaking, where artists go, people follow. And, if we get a bunch of artists in there, I even have people contacting me from different parts of the country saying, man, I think I want to come there and be a part of this project, because it's that big where, you can really come here and get off in your art.
Well, your timing is probably great, because Peoria is looking for something like this, because we've had our issues with Caterpillar. I mean, we don't want to belabor that because I think we all know about the headquarters thing. But Peoria's been, sort of aligned with CAT and manufacturing. And now we have this art movement that some of us who are just watching and not part of it like you guys are, I don't know that we fully understand what that means, but Warehouse District is moving, Maine and Sheridan, the things up there are moving, certainly at Bradley and other entities, and now this whole idea of an arts center in the North Valley. That's a whole new
not just
concept.
the North Valley. I don't look at it like that.
The whole area.
A couple of years ago, I drove to L.A. for an art show, and I had to stop in Santa Fe, New Mexico. And when I looked at Santa Fe, New Mexico, this whole city was centered around its arts. They had galleries everywhere, and now, people come from all over the world
to go there
just to see the art there. And, who knows? This may be the Santa Fe of the Midwest at some point. I definitely want to do what I can to contribute to it, but that's not my impetus for wanting to do this project. My impetus comes from a different place. And that is, my background is widely known. I grew up on the west side of Chicago, was in and out of jail all my life, up until I was 24, and when I ultimately went to prison. But art saved my life. It was through art that I was able to transform myself and to become the person that I am today. And what I want to do is take young people who are living a similar situation and use art to help them transform themselves. That's the impetus. Over 20 years, I've spoken at several hundred schools, colleges, grammar schools, businesses. But one of the things that have always touched me is when I talk to these young people, it resonates with them because they feel me, because I'm cut from the same cloth that they're cut from. And I've heard, I can't tell you, over and over again, some version of, they've heard everything that I've said before, but this was the first time that they really heard it.
They accepted it. Yeah.
Right. And consequently, when I leave them, it's hurting for me and them because they want more of me and I want to give them more of me. Because you can only do so much in an hour.
Right.
So now, with this school, we will be able to have a sustained impact on hundreds, if not thousands, of young people's lives. And I can show them how to get from zero to something because I did it with my life.
Is the idea, and obviously it depends on the individual, but not everyone's going to be an artist.
And it's not even about that.
It's not about that. It's about having something.
Well, it's a couple of things. One is providing a space for them to be in that's an alternative to zero. And some of the negative things that they can inherit in zero.
Right.
That's one thing. So getting them off the streets and getting them into somewhere where they can participate in creative, fun, and exciting things. That's one. But then other thing is this. It's showing them how to work through processes. What I've learned over the years is a process. And I've learned how you start from A to B to C all the way to Z. And to show them that in a way that it's entertaining and fun for them is what we want to do. And then to inject some creativity into them. I think no matter what you ultimately do in life, you got to be able to think outside of the box. Especially in a world that they are inheriting. We don't have manufacturing jobs anymore. We don't have those blue-collar jobs that we had that made Peoria the Peoria that it was at one time.
Right.
So these kids are going to have to be creative in their thinking, in their choices that they make to navigate their way through life. And so we want to give them a vignette of creative things to do that will help them navigate their way through life.
Nikki, what is that? How does that translate for your job as a business manager? What buttons are you going to be pressing?
Developing the programming for the youth. Also, I just wanted to mention that another contribution that Jonathon will be bringing to the center is teaching artists how to be entrepreneurs like he is, which I think will be crucial to the city of Peoria. I mean, we have, you know, artists that are now sustaining themselves. That creates, you know,
it isn't just starving artists. That's a phrase that we hear a lot. Yeah.
So I think that all of those elements will make this center a great place.
Even teaching artists how to think out of the box.
Yeah, exactly.
And not relying on a local economy, you know, to start developing a market outside of where they live. Because that's the thing that's been so successful for me. When I came out of prison, I wasn't thinking like an artist. I wasn't like, man, I want to be an artist. I want to be in a Guggenheim. And I was just thinking, man, I can paint and I can sell this stuff.
Right.
You know, it's 350 million people in America. And if I can't find somebody to buy my art, then I need to go back to prison. And that was the impetus that drove my career.
And you like traveling. Or do you?
I don't know if it's. I don't know if I say. I think it's a necessary.
You do.
I do.
Well, you know, when you're traveling. I mean, I'm a traveling salesman.
Right.
So it's just not as fun as being on, you know, vacation.
Right. It's like the people you see at the airport. The ones that are doing it all the time. They're actually, you know, like.
Well, you know, we pack up that Mercedes Sprinter and hit the road, and we leave sometimes 8 o'clock at night, and we don't get there till 8 in the morning. And we drive all through the night. We leave. I mean, I had a client that wanted some art. I drove from here to San Francisco.
Whoa. No.
On a dime.
Straight?
Straight.
Oh, my.
Couldn't wait to get there.
He really couldn't.
And there was no guarantee that she was going to buy anything.
Wow.
It turned out to be a fruitful experience, but I wasn't guaranteed. But it reminds me of a quote that I heard a long time ago. It's never crowded. It's never crowded on the extra mile. That's it. It's never crowded on the extra mile.
It's like, how did it go?
So, you know, I go far and wide with my art, but it's good because now, you know, I have people all over the country that know about me, that have my work, and, you know, that has opened so many doors for me.
And I think you mentioned to me before when we were talking that one of the lessons that you want to impart to artists, the people in this area, is it is not just about opening a gallery and having people come in. You got to go out to the public as you are.
Right. Yeah, we're not turning Greeley School into a gallery. Not at all. It's going to be an incubator for creative ideas, creative things, creative classes, creative programs, and we're going to provide some space for other artists to create and help them to develop their artistic careers.
If somebody is watching or listening to this and they're inspired to, hey, how do I be a part of that? Do they call you, Nikki? Or
Absolutely. They can call us, area code 309-713-3744. You can also email me, Nikki, Nikki, at artincpeoria.org. Or again, you can message me on Facebook. Another thing, to go back to what you were saying about contributing, with the programming, we're also starting programming now, and we're going to start some of the programs in 3 Peoria schools. We'll be at Treewind, Glen Oak, and Manual. That will start around sometime next month, and we'll start with our visual arts, dance, and theater classes. So we're ready to get this. We're getting this ball rolling now.
Now, what does that mean? You will have instructors,
an after-school program.
An after-school program in the schools.
Yes. So they'll already have some programs for the kids already, but they don't have arts. So the kids will have a selection to choose from, and we will be part of that selection.
And where do you get your teachers, your instructors?
I'm working on that now. So if you're a teacher, an instructor, if you teach dance, if you teach visual arts, and you're also a theater person, you want to teach acting to kids, we'll only need 2 hours of your time from, I think it's 4 to 6. For 4 days a week. It's not much, and you'll be giving back to the community, and it would be huge and important to us.
Oh, very good. So you're hitting the ground running with this. And you mentioned 2019 is when you hope to open the building?
Yes.
What has to happen for that to occur? We know you want to get the State Farm thing going in,
right?
But what else?
Well, the three heavy lifts that we have to do is, one, we have to get the boiler system working, heating and cooling in the building taken care of. We have to get a wheelchair lift, and then we just have to get the bathrooms handicap accessible. And those are the 3 major lifts. The rest is more
cosmetic.
Yeah, cosmetic. But those 3 things, you know,
aren't
cheap.
Right.
Well, because that often is that prevents development sometimes when people see,
Exactly.
Yeah.
wow, I got to do all that before I can open.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's what we're working on now.
And we know, we're fully aware of what we have to contend
we've
with.
already had architectural drawings done. We've talked to the city code people and Ross Blacken. And so everybody has been supportive, helpful, and we know exactly what we have to do. There's no blind spots right now. And one of the great things was when we purchased this building from the school district, they did not make us buy it until we got all of those things taken care of.
And knew what we were dealing with.
So
before we
if
got in.
anything came down the pipe that we couldn't handle, we could have gracefully bowed out.
Okay. Is that still true?
Well, we've already purchased it.
Okay,
now.
so now it's...
We've already got over those hurdles.
Okay, all right, gotcha.
So I do have to say, though, if someone would like for us to open sooner, if you want to donate and bring the money for us to get those big expenditures done, we will definitely welcome you and open as soon as possible.
But the good thing is, we were able to purchase the building outright. So we don't have a clock that's ticking where we have to spend all of this money in addition to all of that. So we can take our time and do it right and really make it work.
And I would guess, you tell me, building this size, and it's a good sized school building. Obviously, it must have housed 400, 500 kids at one time.
Right.
You don't have to do everything. I mean, in other words, you may get the first floor or whatever.
Yeah, we can do it in stages.
Yeah.
But the good thing, too, outside of those major lifts, the rest of it is just cosmetic. The school is in excellent condition.
Excellent.
It still has about 8 to 10 years left on the warranty for the roof.
Oh,
they have
good.
the roof put on it. There's no water leaks in there. There's no, it's as if the school had never closed. The school district took really good care of it. They weatherized it. So, other than those real heavy lifts, it's not going to be a whole lot to do. We can take our time doing it.
Well, we'll say this again just so people are aware of it. State Farm Neighborhood Assist is the program that involves it's a national program. What are we calling your is it the Romain
Romain project?
Romain project? That's nothing to do with salad, okay? I had to get that one in. No, but it's about the school, Greeley School, which those of us here in Peoria know about. And it's about turning that into an arts center. It's about going online to bit.ly, vote for Peoria, and we'll put that up on our website so people will find it. You mentioned your website. What is that again?
So our website
Facebook?
is artincpeoria.org.
All one word?
ARTINC Peoria, and that is also our Facebook and Instagram, at Art Inc. Peoria for both of those.
Art Inc. Well, very good. Well, where are you off to next, Jonathan? You have that planned? Houston. He's already got a. You should go to those places in the winter, not in the summer. See, those are hot
I
spots.
agree. Yeah.
I go when they call me.
And Nikki, where are you traveling to?
Oh, I'll be here holding down the fort.
You're
to
going to hold
Greeley
down the
School.
fort.
Right.
I'll be going to Greeley School and Peoria Public Schools.
Jonathan, any travel plans, or you staying home?
No, I'm going to Houston with him. I actually went to Florida and.
So you're taking these trips too. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He's been selling. He's a new
All right.
salesman. Yes.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
All right.
The selling machine.
There you go. It starts there. Well, guys, thanks so much. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
We think this is a great neighborhood program. We hope everyone gets involved with it, and we want to have you come back and give us the next update.
Right.
Absolutely.
So just remember one thing I got to say. We need you to vote every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Well, like they say in Chicago, vote early and often.
Right.
Yeah, right. That was the line. Okay.
Yes, early and often.
We won't get into politics beyond that. All right. Well, Jonathan, Nikki, and Jonathan, thanks so much. And, we'll see you next time on Tarter Says. Hey, thanks to Matt Dayhoff, who gets this whole thing on the air. So
Thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
Thanks, Matt.
See you next time.